Hey, welcome back to another video where Barron and I are building our very own off-grid home with our very own hands. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Oh my gosh, we caught an elusive pack rat. They are so painfully cute, but also so terribly terrorizing. Oh, poor buddy has a pink mark on his nose from trying to break out. I'm sorry, guy. You just can't keep loading our engine full of cacti. Hi, good morning. Oh.
What? What?
Hi, good morning. We caught a pack rat.
No way.
Yeah.
In what?
In the live trap.
It's alive in there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Should we just take it far, far away?
Really far, far away.
I can't believe we caught it.
I know.
Yes! God! Those things. God, they're so cute though.
They're so smart too.
We could put it in a bucket instead of, I don't want it to get out though.
Well, the thing with pack rats is when you catch them live like this and you release them, they are so smart that he will try to go jump back into our car.
So we'll take him.
We gotta walk far.
No, we're gonna drive.
Drive and then walk far so he doesn't jump back into our car. Wow, it's a gorgeous day today. We'll make sure not to dump him where we dump the rattlesnakes.
You ready?
Great. Enjoy. This looks like paradise to me.
Right. Stay here, little thing. I'm so grateful this trap worked. We had to trap all the mice before trapping the rat because otherwise the mice get into the rat trap and eat the bait and trigger the trap. I wouldn't be so frustrated with these things if they didn't get into the engine bay of the car and fill it up with cacti and then chew all the wires. Like right now, our headlights don't work, only the brights work. So things like that are pretty obnoxious, but yay that that's done.
We understand that we are entering their ecosystem, but there seems to be a plethora of mice and kangaroo rats and pack rats to go around, so we feel okay with kind of preserving our area a little bit. Now we're gonna grab some groceries and we gotta pick up some concrete to fill the footers that will sit beneath the headers because those need to not move, but we don't have to have a whole concrete truck come up and fill those, thankfully. We were just gonna get groceries and we did do that. But we also got ourselves a bathtub, some Quickcrete,
Mix and bowl.
some shovels. We are really sending it hard today. I just carried an 80-pound bag of concrete.
You're so tough.
No problem.
This guy rolled in poop on our walk and is so proud of himself. So now he gets a bath. Kamp, you're disgusting.
What kind of poop is that?
Human poop. Somebody just pooped behind a tree and threw toilet paper on the ground.
Oh, Kamp. Oh, God, people suck.
Yeah, it was on the road.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's terrible. Just turned the water on. Pulls about 800 watts. And you can see it and I can feel it in the pipe going through. It takes about a minute to get up the hill. So, Elsa should be getting water about now.
Are you uncomfortable? I would be too. You did this to yourself. No, stay. Good boy. No. Oh my God.
Dude, you're even worse. What are you doing? Did you just roll in mud after a bath? Come on, we gotta take a bath. Kamp, this way. Come on. Oh my God, it smells so bad. Smile for the camera, stupid. Come on. Let's hop in. Hop in the car. Hey, this way. Hop in. Kamp, come on. Hop in. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Rain's coming in, so I'm going to turn this guy off. Now I'm gonna walk to the middle of our little valley here and drain the midline so that there's no water sitting in the belly of the hose. It's wild this worked out just to drain right into this little dried up creek bed. Okay, you ready, Pooh Boy? You proud of yourself, Kamp?
We're riding our dirt bikes to lunch and about ran over a rattlesnake. You don't have your snake hook.
I know.
You need to have a dirt bike version.
Yeah, like a collapsible or something. Look how flat he is. I think he's trying to absorb all the heat off the...
Wow, he's so
Go,
flat.
dude. You're okay. What are you doing? Oh, we're crafting. Show the view.
Graduate student in culture and human development. The women's movement was just starting. I suddenly realized I was doing all of the job.
All of this wood is Douglas fir. We got very lucky here, thinking we'd have to use spruce for all the wood within our home. James got a call from the guy he buys his logs from, saying they'd gotten a load of Douglas fir in that lately had been pretty hard to find. He jumped on it and got it delivered the next day. Doug fir has a beautiful red coloring with lots of knots and bark that adds gorgeous texture, and it's incredibly strong. It's also one of our most favorite trees, so it'll be sweet and sentimental to use it in our home. Damn. He is so good at that. This load of logs cost James $4,700. We picked 4 or 5 logs to cut headers for our windows and doors using James's old mill. old mill because he sold it and bought a new one in Oregon that he and Barron drove 53 hours straight to and from to pick up, taking turns sleeping in the back. More on that in the next video. To compare prices of lumber, these raw logs cost about $5 a foot. If we were to go to a commercial mill and buy custom cut lumber, it'd cost 5 times that amount at around $25 a foot. We cut 60 feet of 8x8 lumber, equaling about $300 versus $1,500. To put it into more perspective, the lounge chair I built last summer using store-bought lumber cost over $200.
Awesome, that's gonna look so sweet.
Wow,
That's
gorgeous wood.
The red will darken and the white will whiten.
In the context of lumber, James has observed that raw materials tend to stay at a pretty consistent value, resisting inflation, compared to when they've been highly refined. Unfortunately, though, in most places, you cannot build with rough-cut lumber due to building codes. All wood has to be certified.
But that's how you cut the headers. Isn't that cool? Woo!
That's really cool. Woo! Part of this is a racket to ensure corporate interest makes as much money as possible, and part of it is to ensure safety and consistency, covering the asses of contractors and architects. Here, James is sharpening his saw blade. Only the very tip does the cutting, and it takes seconds to sharpen.
That's it.
How often do you have to sharpen it?
Oh, you don't. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. You just go by, I can just tell by the sawdust coming off of it that it needed sharpening.
All the scrap lumber we cut off these logs is kept for firewood to burn in our wood stove over the winter. Nothing goes to waste.
Whoa, what are we doing? Is the parking brake on? The parking brake. You pull it up with your left hand. Brake release.
Oh, right here. Where the heck?
Well, that's not my fault. Okay, because your back wheels or tires were just sliding everywhere you went. There she goes. Okay, we were in granny gear.
Hi, I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I can only get so much information through YouTube tutorials. This is a profession. I am only a hobbyist. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if this is the right material, but this is a concrete layer covered in this crack-free mesh that I will then cover with synthetic stucco. Or that's the idea anyway. So I set it at the bottom and put a ton of pressure on. I did it way thicker last time, so hopefully this goes up smoother than it did last time. Oh yeah, oh, okay, yeah. I don't know where the bits are to get this thing off, so. What is this? Why is this so long? This is like a chopstick. I'm learning it's definitely easier when it's more wet. It's just something I think that you can't really learn without doing. That's why I think projects like this can be a little bit daunting for me, because I have to go through the process of learning it and making mistakes, and I mean, who does? But I don't like making mistakes. I don't like wasting supplies. I don't like wasting time. But these types of processes are how I've gotten good at so many artistic things. Determination, diligence, and patience. Lots of patience is how you get good at stuff. Remember last summer when I built that $200 wooden lounge chair? I did that because I was so nervous about the idea of building a house, just having no real experience, no skills in anything that it takes to build a house. And this year I'm just kind of taking a look at all the stuff that we've done over the summer. There's just so many things that I'm doing for the first time. And I spent so much time worrying that I wasn't going to be able to do it. And I think that's always the hardest part of jumping into something new, just like moving into the Scamp. Getting everything ready and doing it was the hardest part. And then living in the Scamp was no problem. I wasted all that time being worried that I wasn't gonna be able to do this. It's no big deal. It's not like easy and it's not always fun. But this is fun, so that's good. I'm aware that the mesh should not be visible, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Let's see if the synthetic stucco sticks to it. I've got to give it a couple weeks to dry first, so I'll come back to this project later. We mixed our own concrete to fill the footers that would sit beneath each header. No concrete truck necessary for such small sections to fill, but we have another truck coming soon for the rest of the walls.
Okay, I'll give you. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well, that's not ideal.
Every 4 rows high we lay rebar, and every 8 rows high we fill all the bricks with concrete.
That should be about enough for this first pillar.
Okay.
Who needs a concrete truck? Let's just do the rest by hand.
That sounds like fun. Let's go put it up.
Large wooden headers are standard in adobe homes.
Can you handle this big boy?
Get out of here.
Here, let me come help you.
Cool.
You got it? Don't help me.
You're so tough, it's unreal.
Wood is extremely strong under compression, but to make them even stronger, we will create a bond beam above them with rebar and block. This process will be explained in the next video.
Where are you at, Barron? James, why aren't you doing curls? I don't understand. You're wasting so much time. One for how old you are.
Not the tit.
Now remember, this home of ours is a faux adobe home. The look and function resembles an adobe home, but in a cheaper, more approachable method. We do not use mortar between the bricks because of the time it would take and because we fill all the bricks with concrete, though mortar would help us make the walls perfectly flat. But we're not after flat. We want it to be obvious that the walls are made of brick, and we like the uneven edges.
Okay.
It shows that we made it ourselves.
Oh, losing that foot.
Okay, let's get back.
Dude, well, there's no strain in your voice.
Well, of course
Seems
not.
like it's ahead.
What do you expect?
That's crazy. I can't believe we got that.
Why not? Why can't you believe it?
This is kind of ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous. I love doing ridiculous stuff. Okay, let's come this way.
We have run into mistakes with this method. Barron and I are working on this on our own, and James comes over here and there to check on our progress, making adjustments and helping us plan our next steps. And by the way, we also do work for James. He's got a property he's renovating that we go help with once a week. Within community, giving and receiving is shared. Dang, girl. We all help each other and learn from each other along the way. When laying the first section of block, Barron and I weren't using a long enough level, so all the walls began opening outward. Using mortar probably would have helped this issue, but James just uses these little wedges he cuts on a table saw. Once the blocks are full of concrete, you just chop them off. And that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram for a real-time view of the process if you don't like waiting for videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.